Located in northeast Turkey, Kars is a city where the sun and culture shine bright. Kars is a land of martyrs, war veterans, and epics. Songs and poems have been written about the border city of Kars. With a history that goes back before the birth of Christ, Kars was a cradle for many civilizations. It is a valley rich in history. Throughout the centuries, Kars has had to fight off attacks and occupations. The city was highly honored for the bravery its citizens displayed against the Russians during the siege of 1855. During the 1878 Russo-Turkish War, Kars was seized by the Russians. But after the many battles that followed, Russia finally ceded Kars back to Turkey in 1920. The history of Kars extends back to the Paleolithic era. As the home of many civilizations and the birthplace of nations, it has a very rich and colorful culture of folklore and tradition. The Ashik literature of improvised storytelling and poetry has been shaped by the many wars, diverse culture, and natural events that have occurred in Kars. This tradition continues to the present day and provides the region with its many priceless minstrels. The Turkish folk poet Şeref Taşlıova, a follower of the Ashik tradition, was identified and nominated for the UNESCO Living Human Treasure Award.
Biz yılların dostu hem arkadaşı benimle bu gece ziyana düşmek.
Hundreds of folk poets attend the International Kars Ashik Festival every year to demonstrate their mastery of words and music. The Kars economy depends on agriculture and stock breeding. This also assisted in the development of many handcrafts. The economy is enhanced by the cottage industry of handcrafted items. Tourists are especially attracted to the world-renowned rugs and tapestry woven in Kars. The rug designs are mostly in the Caucasian style, which is primarily made up of geometric designs with red and white as the primary colors. To add to the value of the rugs, the colors used are 100% organic and derived from the roots of plants. The Kars Valley is abundant with traditional folk dances. Both the Caucasian and regional folk dances are examples of how colorful, lively, and spirited the different folk dances are. Sometimes just the sound of an accordion or the beat of a drum will reveal the cultural mosaic that makes up the region. As one of the first planned cities in Turkey, Kars has many stone buildings that reflect how customs and mores influence architecture. In addition to the Baltic style of architecture, there are many brick and adobe buildings that reflect the Ottoman construction of that time. The historic and natural beauty of the valley provide both domestic and foreign tourists wonderful vacation alternatives. For example, in the capital city, there is the Kars Castle, which was built by the Selçuklu Sultan Melik İzzedine in 1153. The castle is surrounded by many bridges, bathhouses, and living quarters. These include the Ahmet Tevfik Mansion, Beylerbeyi Palace, Stone Bridge, Topçuoğlu, İlbeoğlu, and Mazluma bathhouses, among others. The great 11th century Gnostic scholar Ebu'l Hasan said that whoever comes to this door will not be asked his religion and will be given bread, because anyone who carries a soul deserves food from his table. Ebu'l Hasan Harakani lived in this region in the 11th century. Mevlana, the famous Islamic philosopher and mystic, was greatly influenced by Ebu'l Hasan Harakani's teachings. Among the many spiritual and holy sites people can visit in the Kars are the shrine of Ebu'l Hasan Harakani, the Arab Baba Shrine, and the grave of Kasimi Konevi, who was a descendant of the Prophet. Visitors can also view the Yusuf Pasha Mosque, which was built by the governor of the time, Seyyid Yusuf Pasha, the Kumbit Mosque, which was the former church of the Holy Apostle, and the Evliya Mosque, built in honor of Anatolia's great philosopher, Ebul Hasan Harakani. Rock drawings found 8 miles from the center of the city date back to the Chalcolithic age. This entire area has been proclaimed a protected archaeological site. The KARS Archaeological Museum takes its visitors on interesting trips back in time. You can see artifacts from the Paleolithic and early Bronze Age, and also artifacts from the Urartu, Roman, Byzantine, and Seljuk periods. The ethnographic hall holds many authentic artifacts and antiques, including regional dresses and Caucasian rugs from the 18th and 19th centuries. On display on the museum's lawn is the white wagon given to Kazım Karabekir by the Russian generals during the Treaty of Kars, signed on October 13, 1921. The ancient city of Ani, with its rich history, is only 42 kilometers from Kars, and with the newly built highway, it is even an easier destination to reach. Ani was established in 5000 BC. The city wall, made up of red and yellow tufa stone, has 7 entrance gates. The most famous gates are Lion Gate, Kars Gate, and the Checkerboard Gate. The Cathedral of Ani, built in 1010 BC, is a fine example of architecture, and was turned into a mosque by Sultan Alparslan when he took over the city in 1064. Also the Church of the Holy Redeemer, built between 1034 and 1036. The Church of St. Gregory, built by a wealthy merchant named Tigran Honents. Pigeon's Church, which displays great 13th century architecture. The churches of Abu Kamret, the Silk Road Bridge, Selçuk Karvansaray from the 11th century, the earliest fire-worshipping temples from the Zoroastrian time found in Anatolia, the caves of Saklakent and Bostanlar, the Ebul Manacher Mosque, the first Turkish mosque in Anatolia, and the Virgin's Monastery are just some of the cultural treasures that are worth seeing. There are many fine hotels in the city center of Kars, providing all the comforts of home. Tourists can relax and enjoy their vacations in one of the modern contemporary hotels. Kars is a province made up of 7 districts. It is almost guaranteed you will find a great cultural diversity if you visit each district. The Sarıkamış district is ideal for winter tourism. The snowfall there is of the highest quality crystal and is ideal for skiing. With its great snow and infrastructure, Sarıkamış is one of the country's most important tourist areas. Because the ski lodges are located in the Sarıkam forest, there is no threat of avalanche. Slaloming, snowboarding, ski safaris, and skiing tours are just some of the different activities you can experience there. The 3 hotels in Sarıkamış are ready to serve their guests and make their stay as pleasant and enjoyable as possible. Have you heard about what happened on the Allahu Ekber Mountains? Have you heard about the thousands of soldiers caught in a snowstorm? Thousands of frozen eyelashes, frozen eyebrows, frozen eyes, frozen bodies. That's how the author Yashar Kemal depicts the Sarıkamış operation of 1915. It's one of the most dramatic events of our history. 90,000 of our soldiers died in that cold snow. Every year, the martyrs of Sarıkamış are remembered with a ceremony on December 30th. The statue erected in the center of Sarıkamış is in memory of those soldiers. Kazman is especially known for its fruits. and the district is famous for its oblong apples. The Keçivan and Korolu castles should be included in any tour, and the wall drawings in Jamushlu are a valuable historical legacy. Located along the Kars-Udyr Highway, the quaint Digo district of Kars captivates visitors with the 5 churches and the Tekor Church. Located 10 kilometers from Armenia, the Akyaka district reflects the culture and architecture of the area with its homes of stone walls made of adobe. Arpachai is a small, charming district of Kars. The Kuyujuk Bird Lake should be included in any tour of the district. It is a 218-hectare area that is home to 213 different bird species. Located in Turkey, it is the 13th Ramsar site, protected under the Ramsar Treaty. The natural beauty of the waterfall, located in the Susuz district, will engage visitors with its grandeur. The district of Selim is located in the Kars-Sarakamish Highway and reflects a typical Kars culture with its 52 villages. The Dolbent Thermal Springs, located in the village of Dolbent, are open to visitors all year round. With its rich culture, Kars offers great culinary diversity. Its unique cuisine, from kebabs to vegetable dishes with its many different soups and desserts, puts all the goodness the East has to offer on your plate. Roasted goose, evelik soup, piti, nettle soup, ayran ashi, kesma ashi, kete, kuymak, erişte pilaf, and lamb are just a few of the many dishes you will find in Kars. Honey, Kayseri cheese, Gruyere cheese, Brinza cheese, Chechil cheese are essential staples in the Kars kitchen. They are all among the 100% organic and delicious products you will find in Kars. Kars can be reached by plane, car, and train. It's a 2-hour flight from Istanbul and Izmir, and only an hour and a half from the capital, Ankara. If you prefer to travel by car, the distance between Kars and Ankara is 1,076 kilometers, and between Kars and Istanbul, 1,424 kilometers. The Orient Express also connects Kars to Istanbul. The Baku-Tiflis-Kars Railroad is still under construction, but will soon connect Kars to many international cities. Kars, a land where epics were written, a land where many cultures blend together, a land where a cup of tea and the poems of a folk poet can mesmerize you for hours. You can feel the history as you look at Kars Castle at sunset. Experience the fresh, crisp air of the Saracham forest. Ski in the Sarakamish and relax in the splendor of nature that surrounds you. Experience the spiritual diversity when you visit the shrine of Ebul Hasan Harakani. Kars is not far. It's as close as you want it to be. The border of the East awaits you.